you wanna say to me now?
The secretary opened the door and spoke, looking at Jungkook. Sir, your wife is here. Before Jungkook says anything, after getting a little confused thinking why you came to his office, he walked inside the office. I'll leave you to here. And he walked out, closing the door. Did something happen? Why you? I would have come if you called me. You smiled and walked near him. Can't I come to see you in your office? Is there anything wrong in that? He slightly shook his head. Of course you can. I was just saying. You put the bag that you brought with you on his desk and looked at him smiling. You left early today, so I thought to bring you brunch because I'm sure you haven't eaten anything, right? You don't have to do all this. You looked at him annoyedly. You're really so ungrateful. Instead of being happy that how much I care for you, you just have no thankfulness. I didn't mean that. Okay, I'm so sorry. You looked at him. Do you at least have time to eat this? He looked at the watch. I have a meeting in 20 minutes. That is enough time, I guess. He said, smiling just a little bit, which is barely noticeable, but enough to make you happy. You were taking out the food and plates, and Jungkook was just lost in admiring your face. This arranged marriage never feels like arranged to him. It's like you both were together for years. He was a bit nervous and worried before the marriage because he doesn't know a marriage without love would work or not, but all his worries vanished when he started to know you, and in such a short time you both fell in love with each other. Take a bite and tell me how it is. He smiled a little and picked up the spoon before taking a bite of fried rice that you made. He looked surprised, so you asked him by yourself, feeling a bit nervous. Is it not good? He looked at you. Good? Just tell me when you're auditioning for MasterChef. You laughed a little while he chuckled slightly. You literally make everything suspicious. I thought you didn't like it. You also took a bite and nodded. Thank you for coming and bringing me this delicious food. I can come daily if you want. This way I too will not feel lonely sitting home all day. Jungkook feels really bad because he knows you left your diploma course in middle of because of this marriage. But it was your choice. Why don't you continue your studies then? You were doing good and then suddenly decided to stop. You sighed and looked at him. I have lost my interest. I don't think I would be able to continue. Just start. You'll find your interest again. I will think about it. Suddenly the door opened with a knock and Jungkook's secretary came inside the office. It's time for the meeting, sir. I'm coming in a minute. The secretary nodded and left from there while Jungkook got up. I have to go now. You can stay here if you want, then we'll go home together. You smiled and nodded. He smiled slightly at you and left. You turn your face and smiled on your own. Jungkook doesn't express much, but his small gestures are enough to make you happy and fall in love with him more every day. Do you like the tour of this company? He chuckled and nodded. You would have been more famous if you become a tour guide instead of a CEO. Now I understand why you get all these deals so easily. I just try to be as professional as I can. No work can be perfect and satisfying until you do your best in it. That's why employees here are so satisfied and happy with you. I heard them praising you. As I have done with my work early, so do you wanna go somewhere? I mean shopping or restaurant, anywhere? He said, looking at you while you shook your head. No, I don't want. But why? I thought we'd spend some time together this way. Let's have a movie date night. Okay, then I'll book a theater. You head palm yourself. Listen to me properly. I'm not talking about going to the theater. Let's watch a movie at home. It's really hard to make you understand all this stuff. He said, getting a bit annoyed while he chuckled. Okay, don't get angry. I understood. Let's go home then. He smiled and then you two walked towards outside. Oh no, I forgot to bring popcorn. I'll make popcorn and something else. You shook your head. Just make them. He walked towards the kitchen while he started to set up things while smiling internally. You have already decided on the movie that you are going to watch. Actually, watching the movie is just an excuse to spend some time with him, to be close to him and making your connection deeper with him. He came back with popcorn and put the bowl on the table. You smiled and looked at him. Thank you so much. He smiled. Have you decided on the movie? He said, sitting on the couch while you walked and sat beside him. Yes, I did, but if you have any in your mind, then we can watch that too. You said, looking at him with a smile. In these cases, I prefer to listen to experts. You laughed while he smiled too. Okay then, let's watch the movie I chose. You pick the remote and turn it on. While you were busy searching for it, Jungkook got a chance to admire your face. He always thinks of showing you love, but because of his introverted nature, he hesitates to make a move. This always happens with him and he doesn't like it. That's why he always takes a chance to look at you whenever he can. Then you'll definitely like it. You swallow when you see Jungkook looking at you. It's like he got lost in you because he was not taking his eyes off of you. Time seems to stop and you both were looking at each other. Your hearts were beating fast as you both were feeling it. He leaned forward and slowly pressed his lips on yours, making your heart skip a beat. Even Jungkook doesn't know where he got this confidence, but he decided to listen to his heart. You slowly closed your eyes and let him kiss you. After some time, he broke the kiss when he came back in his senses and looked nervous. I'm so sorry. You grabbed his t-shirt from the collar and pulled him closer before kissing him again. You really wanted him to open up with this awkwardness and to make him realize that there is nothing wrong in expressing your love. After some time, you broke the kiss and now you both were feeling shy. The movie has already started. Jungkook scratched the back of his neck and looked at you. It's a bit cold here. I'll bring the blanket. You nodded while he got up and walked upstairs to get a blanket from the bedroom. You smiled and looked at the TV screen. Jungkook came inside the room and put his hand over his left side of the chest. He gulped as he could feel his heartbeat racing as if he had run a marathon. He slowly walked near the bed and looked at himself in the mirror. I always love her, but then why this felt new and different? How much I'm still lagging behind. He touched his lips and suddenly the image flashed in front of his eyes when you pulled him into a kiss. Never thought I would ever fall in love with someone so hot. If it wasn't then, I might have chose the wrong person for myself. He smiled and grabbed the blanket. He had a pen drive in his pocket, so he took it out before opening the drawer of nightstand to keep it inside it, but he frowned when his eyes fell on a diary. It was never here, but today you might have put it here. He slowly picked it up and read the line written on its cover. He got the urge and curiosity to see what's inside it, but he stopped himself. This is wrong, I can't do this. He was about to put it back, but it dropped on the floor from his hand. He bent down to pick it up, but his hand stopped in middle to read the line written in bold letters. Can't believe I was the reason behind your broken dreams. Only if you have told me this once, I would have never let you get married to me. I'm sorry, Ryan. What is he doing in the room? It's been more than 20 minutes. When he doesn't come back, you decided to check on him. He paused the movie and walked upstairs. The door was already open, so you straight walked inside and saw Jungkook standing. Your eyes widened when you saw him holding your diary and looking in it. I thought you only came to get the blanket. He looked at you a bit shocked. You walked near him and looked at him. He gulped and realized he is holding your diary. I'm so sorry, Ryan. He was hesitating to speak while you took your diary from his hands and looked at him. Don't you know it's rude to look into someone's diary? I'm so sorry. I was not intended to, but I'm sorry. You looked at the page he was reading. You closed it and put it back in the drawer before looking at him. It's okay, let's go now. You turned to walk, but he grabbed your hand, making you look at him. He was looking upset and his eyes were telling more than he wanted to. Ryan, why don't you tell me about this? You looked at him confused. About what? Let's take it seriously, Ryan, because it's not a small thing. Why you never tell me that you don't want to get married to me because you had feelings for someone else? Why you ruined your life by not standing for yourself and giving up on everything? Who told you that I ruined my life? I'm serious, Ryan, and so do I. I'm also asking you, who told you this? He didn't say anything, indicating that he's expecting you to answer him. You have read those pages, right? He nodded. And I'm really hurt to know I came in the middle of your happiness. Do you really like blaming yourself for everything? But you yourself write that it was not from anyone else. Yes, I did. But that Ryan was not the one who is standing in front of you. She never thought she would love her life this much after getting married to this person, whom she doesn't want to get married. Then what about that guy? What was all this? Come on, Jungkook. Have you never had a crush on anyone? We often feel attracted to someone doesn't mean we never would be able to get over from them. It was just a crush, but now I got someone more loving and deserving. That time I was not sure about anything, and when dad and mom told me I have to get married, I was not ready. I believe in love marriages, that's why I was angry. I never hated you. It means you're not sad after marrying me. You shook your head. I would have run away if I were. Now let's go and finish that movie. Ryan, then continue your studies. I know you love me and I'm happy, but please, at least for me. He looked at him for some time and then nodded. Okay, Mr. John Jungkook, now happy? He smiled and nodded. You held his hand in yours and smiled at him.